Thank you, Eldira. I think that you read that, all my CV that I feel a little bit, shy of after listening to you and about my history. Anyway, Honorable Minister, the Director General of the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy, and the Secretary General of the UNWTO, and distinguished participants and friends. In fact, my job was that, to share with Mr. Mark Donfeld that, to welcome all of you to this important event and to the discussions and deliberations. So that he has done that two-thirds of what I was supposed to say. I just wanted to repeat some of the things that he said. What we are trying to do with this institute, is that to build a more closer relations between the institute and Sri Lanka. Of course, that I will spread these words to our all Asian friends and ambassadors to make use of these opportunities provided by the institute to spread our culture and plus the diplomacy. Honorable Minister, during his speech, that he went up to that 2,500 years or further about our culture and about that, how we start the culture mix up with the diplomacy. In fact, Lord Buddha, as he said, that he was one of the best communicator in that sense that, to the Buddhism, which spread not only Sri Lanka, that, a number of countries as well as to the east and the west. So what we are trying to do is that what we learn from this culture, which is still inherited in my country, that, to spread to the rest of the world through the modern diplomacy. That's what we were doing with that, to a representation of the throughout the world through our 58 embassies. So now we joined the Cultural Diplomacy Institute to showcase our culture to the German people. Although most of them knows about Sri Lanka, most of them, they knows about our culture, our food habit, and the beauty of Sri Lanka. The most important item of this evening is that more than the cultural diplomacy, to talk about what we do in our tourism development work. That whether we are following the same thing what our colleagues in the rest of the Asian countries and many countries in the world, or we are doing something different, which is very close to our culture, and to be kept for the future generation. So our dear friend, the chairman of the Tourism Development Authority, will talk about that, to a sustainable tourism, and thereafter that we have a panel discussion. Of course, that we are expecting the Secretary General of the WTO also that talk about that, to the same subject. Having said that, we would like, to have a close interaction with the participants to talk a little bit more about Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan culture, Sri Lankan cultural diplomacy, and as well as sustainable development and the future. Thank you very much.